Welcome to my Java video series. Today we'll talk about some more technique to initialize properties. In previous video we discussed about initializing properties and we cover up two different techniques and few more techniques I have to talk here. So property initialization technique. So it is also called data member initialization techniques. We discussed about the simple initialization, simple or direct initialization. So in this technique we can create the object. For example, we have got a dog object here and this is new dog, and you can set the age. For example, age is a member in dog class. You can set the age here 10. So this is your simple initialization technique we have already discussed in previous session. And what is the problem in this technique? If you initialize d dot age equals to -10, so this is a wrong age, but if you allow your age member to be accessed outside, you can initialize this negative value, so which is logically wrong. It's logically wrong. So this is the problem when you initialize properties directly in the technique 1. So first technique will access the member outside of the class and initialize whatever the value user want. So user can allow here, user can pass some wrong data also. So this is the problem. We handle this problem in second technique. So that is your setter method. So to do this, what we have done, we declared a member. So we have got a class here in we have got a dog class there, and we created a property here which is private. So we created a private property and it was age, and now we have created a method here, public method, public void set age. So this method will receive the data for the, so this is another technique we have seen, and you can initialize here age equals to a, and you have got some logic here. So you write a small condition in the previous program. So that is all done. So this is another technique to initialize. So you can initialize the data through direct initialization. So what is the problem in direct initialization? This is the problem. So this is the problem we experienced, and we can solve this problem through this setter method. So in the case of setter method, you can add a small if condition here which will decide the right or wrong data. If value for age will be positive, it will accept. If it is negative, it will deny. So already we have seen this matter in previous video, and this is another case. So how to use this scenario? So let me create the object here, new dog, and another technique will be set age, and you pass the value here. So suppose I'm going to pass here 5. So this is another way to set data for your property age. So this setter method is responsible to set the data for the age. So how it is working actually? So when you create the object, so this method will call this one, the call will be given here. Now the value from this variable a will be assigned to age, because this is your assignment operator. So the value 5 will be copied in a, and from this right hand side to left hand side value is copied through the assignment operator, and then this age is nothing but your this age. So this is how you can see. So this is your age. So this is how the data will be set here. So this is our second technique. Now we have another technique here. So in this discussion we'll discuss here third technique, and my third technique is default value initialization during property declaration. So we can initialize the data during the property declaration. For example, let me take you through example. We have a dog class here. I'm going to extend my previous example, and we have got here age, and while declaring the age I can set the default value. So I would like to set the default age is 2 years. For example, my dog's age will be default year age will be 2 years. What do you mean by default value? Default value means if you do not initialize age, you will get 2 years by default. So it is not necessary to initialize explicitly value for the age property because its default value is already assigned, but default doesn't mean it is constant. It can be changed if required. So I'm going to uh, set the small message here: default age is 2 years, and I'm going to write a method here. For example, we have got a method here eat, and I can set some data here. For example, I'm going to use here system.out.println. Okay, so let me print here message dog eating, and I'm going to print the value here age. Okay, just simple example. Now when you create the object here dog d1 equals to new dog, see, I'm not going to assign here any value for the age. So for example, here we created first object d1, and I'm going to call here eat method. So I have not initialized age for d1 till now, but when the eat method is called, you will get here 2 years. 2 years you will get here message, and the message will be like this: dog eating. You will see here something like this, and dog eating, and this is 2. So why it is 2? Because 2 is a default age. We have already initialized here, right? But when you create here another object, suppose this is d2 equals to new dog, and I'm going to set the age for the dog. So this will be your d2 dot age. The d2 dot age I would like to initialize by some different value, for example 5. So this time when you call here d2 dot eat, you will get here dog eating, and the value will be 5. So default value is now replaced by new value. So when you are talking about d1, you will get an object here. This is your d1, it is referred by d1. This is d1. For example, this is d1 first object, and it has default age 2 years. It has age 2 years, right? And when you created second object, you have got here different object. This is your second object referred by d2, and it has default age 2 was there initially when object is created from this line. When object is created from this line, you have got here age 2 years, but from the next line you override this value by 5. So now you have different value for the age in second object. So d2 has different age and d1 has different age, so default values can be changed. So this is how you can use the default value initialization. So let me run this third technique. I have two more techniques here: default constructor and parameterized constructor. So that will be covered in next video. So in this video I'm going to use here let me run this program. So let me run the same example. Just a moment. So I'm going to create a project here from NetBeans. Next I'm going to talk about property initialization, and it is default value, and this is my application property initialization by default value, and it will create a class. Let me take the class here. So right now I'm not using any package here for the initial batches, but it is a good practice to use packages. So let me go with the simple strategy. I'm going to create here test dog. It's a simple class. A main class will be created here. NetBeans will create this main class for me. Alright, already here. So now let me remove this comment, just a moment. So for your production projects, keep all the comments properly, it's a good practice, but I just want to remove the comments and just keep the program simple. Class, I'm going to create a class here, dog, as I discussed there, and I'm going to create here age, and let me initialize here. Default value for this age will be 2 years, as I discussed in the slide. Okay, now create a method here, void, and I'm going to create a method here, eat. So this is dog eating, and put a message here, and this age, print the value for the age. Okay, now create one object. This is the object I created here, and I'm not going to initialize age for d1. So my first dog is not initialized with the age, so d1 dot, just call a method here, eat. Now run this. See, I'm not initializing, I have not initialized age till now, but I can see the data here. Just a minute, look at this, look at this age. I have not initialized age, but I can see the default age here too. So in second case, I'm going to create different object here. This is another object, and d2 dot set the age this time. So I'm going to set here age 5 years, and this is how you can override your old age. The 2 will be replaced by 5, and you can see here d2 dot eat. So now things are all ready. For d1 you will get default age, okay, right? This is default age, and this is the age you have modified. So what is done internally? Actually, when you created here d2 object, the initial value was 2. The object is created with the default value, then in next statement the 2 is replaced by 5, because you have used your assignment operator to replace the value in your one variable, and one variable can hold only one value at a time. For example, if you have a variable integer a equals to 10, if you reinitialize the value by 50, so what would be the final value inside? What is the final value inside a? It will be 50. So the old value 10 will be discarded here, and the final value will be 50. So this is how we have done here. Same scenario, the old value was 2 and it has been replaced by the new value. So this is how we can see the default value initialization. In next video we'll talk about the we have two more techniques to discuss the property initialization. One is default constructor and parameterized constructor. So the last one and fifth technique will be parameterized constructor, and fourth will be default constructor. So these two more techniques will cover up in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.